Well, hello everyone and welcome to a special show with Stamp Addicts. It's been forever since I got to hang out with the lovely Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
What happened? You've just literally lost an earring the minute we went live.
I just found it.
Oh, you found it? All right,
I found it, but it's just not in my ear.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. We're going to have a fun show today.
Yes.
You've brought us some goodies. We got brand new stamps that you've not seen before, and they are beautiful stamps. We've also got some Twinchies and Inchies for you as well. And we're going to do some nice techniques. Look, any questions, please get in touch. That is the beauty of the craft store. We are a live show and we always love hearing from you. studio@thecraftstore.com. So, Sarah, how have you been?
Good.
I like your top, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, poppies. I pulled it out. Went, oh, poppies, perfect.
It's the perfect top for this show because we have got some poppies on it. We got some.
I don't know if you can you see the poppies on the screen? You can.
We can
just,
see them. There you
just
go.
about.
Yeah.
I had the counter's lowered to what it was earlier.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
But we didn't go too low because I thought, well, Yanis is quite tall, so we won't go too low.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, one way to help with sales. Now, we're going to have a look here. We've got, this is nice. This is so beautifully detailed. Have a little look. $10.49 is your price. This is your cling-mounted thatched house. So it's your red rubber.
Thatched house or twatched house?
I'm thinking of the
I can't hear my head. I need a haircut.
It is the thatched house.
Just checking.
Just going to show you here. You don't miss a thing, Sarah. Look at this. The detail that you're getting here. Beautiful grey rubber. Cling mount. I mean, the detail just sings off it. I will show you some examples as well. I think this is going to be one of our first demonstrations here, Sarah.
It is, yes.
I mean,
yes,
look
that
at
one there with the poppies masking.
This looks to me like, you know, when you go for a walk through a village and you kind of
Now that you're allowed to.
Now that you're allowed to, yeah.
Yes.
You stare longingly at those houses and wonder, you know, wish you lived there, but wonder who lived there. Isn't that nice?
Simple, one colour. So I'm going to show you that technique with the Thatched Cottage. So it's just one ink pad and a water brush, and that's all you need.
Cheeky little bit of decoupage there. Lay it up. Yeah, love that. Or, now this is nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Pop a colour, dimension. Love it. That is your first offering for $10.49. That's a really good price. 975730, your item number there. I'm just going to show you here. So there's the stamp, and it is foam mounted, which you can see there as well. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to move on. We've got another thatched property. This is your thatched cottage.
Yes. Well done.
So just going to show you. I get there in the end. I always get there. Third or fourth try, I always get there in the end. So here you've got your thatched cottage, and I will just show you the stamp. So the quality of your rubber, that grey rubber, you can feel. You know, we're talking about feeling things.
Yes.
You can feel it. That is a very good
the texture,
grey rubber, and then foam
we now
mounted.
have the designs etched into metal plates, which allows us to get much more detail into the images.
Well, you can see. You can really see that. Lovely. Now, when you're using these, would you ever cut into them or just leave it like that?
We cut off the excess.
Yep.
So if I put this here, we've got the camera, you can see where we've trimmed as close as we dare to the design. So you can get some, you know, small scissors and big scissors that are non-stick, and just go as close as you dare. So when you're positioning it, you can see that it's going to fit, or you can see where the birds are, you can see that it's straight. If you want to do more than one, you can line them up.
Yeah.
But take off the plastic backing first. Makes it much easier.
Good tip. I'm just going to show you some examples with the thatched cottage. So how about this one? And apologies if I haven't been reading it. If I see a name, I will read this. This is Kerry. Did this one. Oh, that's a beautiful thatch. Love that. Or how about this one? This is Chris.
On
now
foil.
This is, that's nice, right?
So you stamp it and with
so
stays on,
metal.
and then emboss from the back, push it through. But then you need to fill it with a glue or a 3D substance to keep it. Otherwise, it will squish back down again.
That is very, very cool. Or how about, just trying to show a nice mix. This is cool. This is a nice one.
The beginnings of a village.
From Kerry. Yeah. Love it. $10.49 is your price there. 906 435 your item number. Now, in honour of your wardrobe today, we have got some poppies for you.
Well, the stamps did come first.
Okay, and then you thought, right, I'm going to... Look, $12.49 for these lovely poppies, and you can do so much with these stamps.
Yes, yeah,
really
we love these stamps. And you get the 2 sizes so that you can create a whole field of poppies.
Well, and look, I'm seeing there blue Himalayan poppies. Was it you who told me about the blue Himalayan poppy? It was.
And the yellow Californian poppies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got
some seeds at home. I still haven't planted them.
Got to. Now's the time. Just having a look. So these are the stamps that you're going to be getting. Grey rubber, beautifully etched, and you can see that the detail. And they are foam mounted as well. There. Very, very nice. I will show you a couple of examples using the popper. Hey, how about that? Nice.
Again, simple, just one colour ink pad and a little bit of water brush.
But if you do want to take it that step further,
now that is actually stamped and embossed with our sticky stuff embossing powder and covered with gilding flakes and gold leaf.
Well, that works very well. That's from Chris. This is a nice one too. No name on this. So is it one of yours?
It'd be me or Vicky.
Okay.
They just get kind of mixed up. And that's alcohol inks.
That works, and I don't know why, but I'm seeing this technique, but with musical paper behind, musical sheet music behind. Yeah. $12.49 your price, 653 your item number there. Right now, we've got some masking tape for you. This, though, so this is from Eclipse.
This is from Judikins.
Yeah, but just seeing here, the Eclipse Art masking tape, $19.99, but look at the size, 10 metres. We need this in our life.
Yes.
How do you tend to use yours? Just for anyone who's not worked with this before, how do you use yours?
Well, I'm actually going to show you in the first demonstration.
Perfect.
But we use it for masks, like the first card you showed with the house with the poppies. All those poppies were masked.
So literally you just stamp on it, cut it around, then you've got your mask.
That's the first way to use it, yes. Then you can do reverse masking, where you cut out the image, and so you can ink inside. And then you can just tear it and create hills and valleys.
And so much you can do. $19.99, that is going to keep your masking tape for a very long time. There we go, 888-209, your item number there. Yeah, now we're going to get on to our... This is a nice mix, actually, because we've got Inchies and we got Twinchies. It's one of those, it's a hard one because people love, a lot of viewers love their Inchies, a lot of viewers love their Twinchies. So here, this is the best of.
Yes, that's it. So you get 2 of each, so you can play around and see which one you like the most.
I will show you both.
But you can use both of them.
Yeah.
So easily.
And again, I'm conscious, Sarah, of the fact that we've had a lot of new viewers joining us. Well, we constantly got new viewers joining us, but of late, we're having a big influx of new viewers joining us. So anyone who's not seen these before, how would you describe them? How will we use them?
Well, they're a cardboard tile, but it's paper coated, so you can ink it, paint it, stamp on it, colour it in so many different ways, and then mount it onto your piece or use it to focus. So just one little bit of your image. There are so many different ways. And we glaze it, we do so many different things with it. We build up layers of the thick embossing, we stamp into it. Because it's thick enough, it doesn't warp or crack.
They are a lot of fun to play with, and I do like the fact that we're getting both sizes here. $11.99 at your price, 569-495 your item number. I was chatting to Molly, our floor manager, and saying which did she prefer. She goes for a Twinchie, but then, you know, some viewers like an Inchie.
Well, it also depends on what stamps you're using. I mean, all stamps will fit on a Twinchie better than an Inchie, but then the Inchie's great for the mosaics.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, like the card standing up of the house, this end, all the way this end, I think it is, that is all Inchies.
Well, that's a beautiful mosaic, Phil.
So it's kind of like you're looking through one of the window with all of the leading, like a leaded window.
It does, doesn't it?
So you're in the thatched house opposite that one.
That's exactly what the team was saying in my ear. It looks like you're peering through. Got a lovely view. Someone's told me it's no point having the prettiest house in the street. It's better to live opposite the prettiest house in the street.
So you can look at it every day.
Because you never see it when you're in the house. $11.99 is your price now for your Twinchies. So here we're getting a set of 4 Twinchies. So obviously you're getting the slightly larger size. They're 96 pop-out cardboard squares. $11.99 your price, 577-279 your item number. Now we've got some brushables, and I think we're going to be using these. These are beautiful.
Yes, and we love these because they work on the shrink plastic. And you know, we love shrink plastic.
Yes.
So we have to have pens that will colour the shrink. And these, you've got 2 tones of the same colour in each pen. So you've got like a light green and a darker green.
Oh, that's interesting. So you've already got your tones in one pen. You can see, I'll just hold
Which
it
is why you must store them horizontally.
Yeah.
So that the colours stay separate.
Don't flood to one end.
Yeah.
That's very clever. So each pen has a lighter and darker shade. So you don't have to worry about finding those right pairings and blending.
Yeah.
That's
and with
excellent.
the shrink, we tend to use the lighter ones quite a lot because the colour intensifies when we shrink it.
Ah, really clever. So in effect, you're not getting 24 colours, you're actually getting 48 colours.
That's right.
That's very good. For $37.45 as part of your first flexi payment, or $74.90, $14.98 is your saving, and your item number is 243429. Okay, we're going to jump onto the website now as we head to our first demonstration. Lots to discover. Please shop by brand, Stamp Addicts. Just type in Stamp Addicts and you're able to see all the goodies that Stamp Addicts have brought to us here at the craft store. And there, look at all those 5-star reviews as well, which is lovely. We love 5-star reviews. I have to say, we're going to be playing, playing with shrink today?
Yes,
Here we are. You are the queen of shrink. You do love your shrink, Zara. Okay.
Another tongue twister.
I'm struggling to speak today. Right, if we're going to get to our first demonstration, what are we going to do?
Do you need the glue for your teeth?
Maybe, maybe.
Okay, first of all, I've got a confession. As a seasoned stamper, you think I would remember to pack an acrylic block?
Oh.
As somewhere called the craft store, you think you'd have one I could use.
Have we not? We haven't got one.
So we both failed.
Okay.
So this is a piece of a prop set. Set prop.
Well, it shows.
But it's a piece of acrylic, so it works. So there's always a way. Right, so I have my small poppy, and I'm using the VersaFine Claire in black.
We are currently getting you some acrylic blocks. Don't worry, we are going to get you acrylic. We can't have you working off of that.
This works.
But do you know what? I think it would work, so you get a bit of flexibility in that as well.
So I'm kind of aiming here. So. See, it works.
There's always a way around.
Yeah. While that is drying, we'll do one. The only problem is it's a bit awkward to ink.
Well,
we have to make do with what we've got.
You know, when we start going back to shows, and I know you guys always do a good show, it must be weird not getting to go to shows.
Yeah, not seeing people.
Yeah, but when you do, and someone comes up to you and said, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to stamp with?" You can say, "Well, to the craft store."
Yep, a bit of set dressing. So we're going to do one.
These are lovely, beautifully
here.
Detailed stamps.
And we just love poppies all year round.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they are.
so
I know they take on more significance in September, but
they
poppies
do, yeah,
genuinely are a great flower all year round.
So this is where we've stamped it on the Eclipse masking tape. And when you trim it out, cut off the edge of the design.
Can I just correct myself? November, not September.
I did hear that, but I thought I didn't want to keep correcting you all day.
Well, you could do. Don't look, yeah, but that's the one time when you should have corrected me. That's the important one. Not the thatched.
Really? The thatched, isn't it?
It's like literally the big one. Everyone at home will be screaming at their TV, like, what's he talking about?
Being disrespectful. I don't know. What you like? Okay. So you trim off the edge of the design so that you don't leave too much of a shadow around it when we stamp over it. So...
Now, Elizabeth is asking, can we stamp these onto fabric? That's a good question. She wants to stamp the poppies and embroider. Oh, this is great. So Elizabeth wants to stamp the poppies, then embroider onto them. Yeah,
yeah, just use... Well, if you're going to embroider them, it doesn't matter if it's a washable ink, because you can wash it off after you've embroidered it.
But if you're going to sort of maybe embroider around the image as opposed to onto the image, then you would need a washable ink or an ink for fabrics. I mean, what ink would you recommend then if we were just going to stamp the image onto fabric and we wanted to be able to wash it?
Well, any of the water-based ones, really, yes. Yeah, they all wash off.
No, we wanted it to stay on.
Oh, you want it to stay on, so it stays on?
Yeah, okay.
Heat set it.
Yeah.
So you turn it over and iron the back of it.
Okay.
There are a couple of special ones for fabric.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just filling in the gaps. I'm trying to be random. I struggle with random, going up and down.
Yeah, you're getting there, that's good.
So let's cover that one.
No.
You can see my masks have been well used.
Been well loved, that's a good sign.
And then we'll keep them on the platform, stamping platform, that's the thingy.
So you got poppies in your garden?
No.
Well, you got the seeds.
I've got the seeds. There's no flowers in my garden at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't,
but where we live, near the town centre, there's a river running through the town, the tulips have just started coming up.
Oh, that's very pretty.
And they always have a huge tulip display.
Ah.
I do love tulips, but they tend not to last very long. So, but no poppies yet. It's a bit early for poppies, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait till November.
I think they come out in September. I think that's where you're getting confused. Okay, so we've got all those masked, and if I grab my roll of Eclipse, I'm just going to tear off.
Yeah, now this is good. You're getting an awful lot. 10 metres. It's a huge amount.
It's quite a bit. So I just want to cover the bottom along here because I don't want the house to go too low. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my platform.
Platform.
Okay, so let's pop this in here. Put my magnets on. Yeah. Right.
Have we had our stamping platform all along?
Yes, but I don't want to use it for the little things.
Okay. Oh,
I wanted a little block.
I just wanted a quick little block. Oh, okay.
Otherwise it takes too long.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So I want to kind of do it around here so we can see the front door, not go too high. So around there, I think will be good. Okay. So same ink pad.
Do you like a thatched roof? I would imagine the answer to that is yes.
I like to look at them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to live under one.
I would love to live in a thatched cottage, but you know you have to change the thatch. You have to get a thatcher around
every 20 years.
Is it 20 years? I thought it was less.
They have a 20-year life.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad.
But there are other issues like spiders and other things
the spiders like to live in there and come down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've heard.
I don't think I would like that as much.
And I'm not afraid of spiders, but I don't want to live with them.
Well, the beauty is, with the stamps, you can live with a lovely thatched cottage in your art.
Yes.
And then have a nice, solid, slated roof above your head.
Exactly. I like to look at them.
Yeah.
It's a chocolate box thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But it is nice to go walking in a village and seeing beautiful cottages. Not, like you say, I know last year we haven't been travelling around, but it will change.
It is changing slowly. Right, so we have our image. I'm going to pull this out, pop that over there, and pull off my masks. Oh, they can stay on there. So you can see it's starting to take shape.
Oh, that's pretty.
Now I do need to give it a quick heat blast because I'm going to watercolour it. Now obviously there are different ways to interpret the thatched cottage and the garden, flowers and different colour thatches.
Yeah.
I kind of like mine black and white.
Okay, nice and simple.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose black and white and then the poppies are your punchy
Well, that's
colour.
it, all the colours then in the poppies and the trees.
Lovely. So before the show, we were talking about your poochie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mine's the name?
You mean the type?
No, what's the name? What's his name?
Rafe.
Rafe?
Yes.
I didn't know. That's a
unusual name.
That's a cool name. That's the kind of name you're proud to shout in the park. Rafe.
Yeah, but I have to shout it a lot.
How old is Rafe?
He is 14.
Oh, wow.
Now.
Good boy. Look at him. 14 years old.
Yeah, and he's just had a kind of a second lease of life recently.
Good. Long may it continue.
Yes. I think he knows we're coming out of lockdown, so he's getting excited.
He's happy. Yeah.
Okay, so these are...
what are you working on? What are you
These are
working with now?
watercolour crayons.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you could use anything to colour these with. I like painting because I then feel more artistic.
Well, you've created, just with the stamps on the show, what a beautiful image. There's a poppy field outside a beautiful thatched house.
So yeah, isn't that an idyllic setting?
Yeah, that is.
You in a cottage overlooking a field of poppies. Wouldn't that just be...
Now, I've got to tell you, the thatched house that you're seeing in this demonstration, I will just hold up the stamp, 20% of the stock has gone there. For $10.49, considering that you're getting a beautifully etched and engraved grey rubber foam-mounted stamp of that detail, and then Sarah's showing you just how beautiful the compositions you can create with that are. Lovely. So busy for our thatched house and a thatched cottage and the poppies.
So I never use just one colour. So someone said to me, why use one when you can use three?
There you go.
So
why use three when you can use six?
Well, you know, because I got a life.
Okay. It's a good point. Well said there, Sarah.
Oh dear. I haven't talked to many people recently. I used to have a life. So we, no, I mean, working in odd numbers is how we do things. Like, you know, if you're adding, usually I've got 6 poppies, which is an even number, but normally you would go for odd numbers.
Yeah.
So I do the same with colours as well. The rule of 3.
Yeah.
So nice. Bits of greens, and then if we go into the reds, so, oh, it's kind of a pinky red. But then you can really see them pop out.
And that's, now the colour just allows you to get that little pop of colour.
And obviously they don't have to be red, but pink. We often get
pink poppies?
Pink ones, yeah. We even get them growing in the car park at work.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, beside the car. It's just random ones in the bushes. They're very resilient flowers, aren't they?
Poppies?
Yeah.
Brazilian?
Resilient.
Oh. I thought Sarah
I'm sure there's a Brazilian version.
They're very Brazilian. I thought I didn't realise that poppies hail from Brazil. But they are resilient. No, they are resilient. Yeah.
Maybe the Brazilian ones are purple.
Maybe.
That's a new.
Have a look.
Yeah. It's just going to be one of those days, isn't it?
I think so.
I thought it was my hearing that was going.
Doesn't it? I think this, obviously this must affect my hearing, the divide.
Oh, that's why I struggle to hear you too. That's what it is.
That's what we're going to say.
Yeah. Okay, so this, you can just play and colour.
To colour all those in. So we just colour those in.
Let's have the kind of a mustard thatch.
Who would you imagine lives in this house? This is kind of, I think a doctor would live there. Do you think?
What, the local GP?
Maybe. The team was saying Shakespeare.
Okay. Not Jane Austen then?
Well, maybe, yeah. Who would you imagine?
I prefer Jane Austen to Shakespeare.
Would you imagine Jane Austen living there?
Yeah.
Yeah, or Kate Winslet?
Are you thinking about that movie she's in?
Pardon?
Didn't she live in a thatched house in a movie?
Oh, I think she did, yeah. Oh, that was a joke.
Do thatches come in different colours?
I would imagine so. Now, just while we're colouring this in, I just want to show you some other items that are proving popular. Remember, you can shop online. Just type in. You can either see everything on the show, or you can shop by brand, stamp Addicts. We've got some different stamps to share with you. I thought I'd go a bit Dutch there.
What?
I thought I'd go a bit Dutch. Stamps, eh? Check out these stamps. 14. I've been working with L's too much. $14.99 is your price. You are getting the essential cling-mounted rubber stamp set. 6 images and 5 greetings for $14.99 your price. 351187 your item number. Lovely greetings in these. We've got more. So ink pads for you. Let's take a little look at these. Stays on ink pads, and actually we had the question about what ink would you be using if you're going onto fabric. These would work perfectly, and you can heat set them. So you've got your grape candy, your cola grey, your orange peel, and your pink.
Koala.
Oh, it is koala. What the? And your pink cosmos. 21. I might have said cola. 21.99 is your price. 461-686 your item number. One more to share with you. Shrink plastic. It's my first day on earlies after a month, so that's my excuse. Now here, we don't have an image, but you're getting 8 sheets for $10.99 your price, 388-651 your item number. 3 options there. So you're getting your standard, sanded, clear, or a white. So there's standard, clear, or white.
Sanded.
Sanded, clear, or white. Back to Sarah. I feel this show's going really well.
Do you need to take a break?
Maybe.
Okay.
Where's Paola? Can we get Paola ready?
Well, here's one I finished earlier.
Okay. Well, was I that long doing the review?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see the one that I was colouring, and I'd spend about 10-15 minutes doing that one, and then mount it up on some different layers so you can see all the poppies. And I coloured in between with the green.
That's very pretty. That's beautiful. It screams of a beautiful summer garden.
And it completely changes the stamp.
Yeah. It does, actually. And these are really nice scene setters.
Yes.
And you build around them. And the beauty of these stamps is you can add any sentiment to give it context. So this could be anything.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You could put snow on the roof.
Oh, you could take it through all the seasons.
Yes.
Like it. $10.49 your price if you do want to go for the Thatched House. 975-730 your item number. Sarah, would it be okay? Quick recap just of the stamps, and then we get back to you.
Yes. Yep.
We will start with the Thatched House. So just to remind you all, and especially if you have tuned in, where have you been? It's been a very professional show up until now. So just showing you, you've got your grey rubber, foam-mounted stamps, wonderfully detailed. I mean, the fact that you can pick up all that detail just from the stamp, but obviously then when we go to our inspirations, I mean, how stunning is this? And as a scene, it really does lend itself to pick out elements, layer them up if you wish. If you just want to go monochromatic, let the detail tell your story. That's nice. And I even like, with the stamps, because you're going straight for the sort of the show-stopping elements of the thatched roof, but even the skyline there has been incorporated in. This was the demonstration that Sarah just shared with you and showed how easy it is to build up that image. I will show one more. Oh, look at this. Colour. So now, very different if you want. That is incredible. Isn't that beautiful? And just darkening the thatch totally transforms the feel. So changing the colours will transform the feel. $10.49 is your price. 975-730 your item number. So we've had the thatched house, and I think the thatched house would work very well with the thatched cottage, which we're going to look at right now. Here, $10.49 is your price. Once again, it is grey rubber, foam mounted, beautifully etched. Wonderful rubber stamp. So quality stamp, and you always get that with Stamp Addicts. And then let me jump. I'm conscious of the fact to show all the samples in here. So let me go straight to the bottom, actually. Well, this is interesting. We talked about changing the seasons, and now we've got a little bit of a wintry feel.
Oh, it could have been yesterday.
It could have, yeah, this morning. It's so cold. What's going on?
Yeah, my husband, wherever he was this morning, he had snow.
Yeah.
He messaged me at 7 a.m. We got snow, and I got up, and it's hot sunshine where I am. So.
I passed cars with snow on them. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Or how about
bizarre.
this one? It's a lovely, it's a character-filled cottage. So new home card is stunning. $10.49 your price there. 906-435 your item number. And then we've got our fantastic poppies. And actually, Sarah was demonstrating just how well the poppies do work in conjunction with either the thatched house or the thatched cottage. So here we got some. Now this is nice because we've gone from here to here. I'm going to show you 2 inspirations, but because you have got a nice mixture of stamps within this, I mean, that's very pretty. Both of them are stunning. So you've got your slightly larger poppies and then your smaller poppies there. Or If we wanted to change the colourways, we can. There are yellow poppies, the Californian yellow poppies. We've got our traditional red poppies coming through. If you want to incorporate this with maybe other stamps you have in your stash, that's nice. Oh, there you go. $12.49 is your price. I will show the stamps because within this set, actually, do you know what? The first time I showed these, I apologise, I didn't show the sentiment that you're having in there too. So what you've got here, so you've got your two poppies and then you've got your sentiment. There you go. Lovely. $12.49 your price, 563-653 your item number. Sarah, you set?
I am.
I see you've got Inchies.
Yes, Inchies. And the small poppy again. So I've got what's left over from a sheet of Inchies, so I thought I'd show you. You just
we love our
pull
Inchies.
them out. So you can see they've got little kind of tabs on the side that holds them together. So what you could do is you can snip them off, you can sand them off.
Yeah.
I usually just give them a little snip. Okay, so then I want a little bit of colour before I stamp on top. So I have Wild Honey in the oxide.
Good choice.
A
Nice
little
and
bit.
bright.
So they've got a smooth finish, so it's easy to add.
Yeah, it blends
colour.
beautifully. So we have to ask, how's Vicky?
She's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah, I mean, we've just had the school holidays, so she'll be better tomorrow when they go back to school. Okay. Then maybe I should just give that a quick blast, because they stay wet a long time.
Yeah.
Now, you might have noticed this sheet comes with the border.
Oh, yeah.
And what I often do is I keep a section of this border. So I've cut off this bit and I pop it inside my platform. So I move those out of the way. And I pop the tiles inside the corner.
That's a good idea.
And then hold them in place with my magnets.
That's a great idea.
Because depending on the stamps, you can't go beyond the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
So we want to position them here, so then we can have some overlap.
I'm impressed by that, Sarah. That's a really good crafty hack. I like that a lot. I'm going to copy that.
Okay. So let's get rid of that, pick this up. You can see I didn't clean it very well. So a bit more ink. Pop that on there. And what you could do if you're doing quite a few, you just change the tiles out, put some more tiles in, do your batch stamping. Okay, so get rid of that. And we're going to dry the tiles. So you could colour these with the brushables, but I'm going to use some pencils just for something a little bit softer.
Okay.
But you can use the brushables on the tiles as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. Work very nice.
Sometimes I paint on there.
Yeah.
But just colour straight on. These are Polychromos pencils.
Yeah, the Polychromos are very sought after.
So you can layer up, you can build up layers of the colour for intensity.
Yeah. And I've seen these used to good effect.
So obviously, yeah, you could take your time and do lots of beautiful shading, maybe highlight with a white pen.
Oh, you know, by colouring in, you just bring that to life. But even just seeing the contrast next to the uncoloured detail, I like both.
Yeah, they're just so they're so clear what they are. Some things you have to colour them for people to understand what the image is.
That's a good point.
But these are most definitely
poppies.
Poppies.
Yeah, you can see that. And you like your colouring, Sarah?
I prefer, yes and no.
Okay.
I don't think I'm very proficient at
Well, I beg to differ.
the
You're doing a great job.
That's why we have a varied design team, because they have different specialties. You know, mixed media, colouring with alcohol pens.
Are you known as the Queen of Shrink?
Not till you said that earlier, no.
You should be your new name. I'm expecting a T-shirt, or actually, the team have come up with a better term. The Shrink. What is it? The Shrink Queen. Yeah.
The Shrink Queen.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like I should be able to shrink. My person.
It's like a superpower.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that superpower.
Great advice to people.
Yeah. No, shrinking. Being able to shrink would be a very good talent. So some greens. Now I never quite know whether that bud hanging out there should be red or green, so it varies.
I think, yeah.
Every time I colour it.
Let's make it green.
It's probably supposed to be black or something completely different.
Nice.
But you can just see how simple.
Yeah.
And the Polychromos goes nice on top of the
oxide.
The oxide as well, yeah.
Do you know, having that yellow in the background, and that looks beautiful, Sarah. Really nice.
It just makes it pop a little bit,
and you stick that on a card and done. That looks great.
So just some different shades of red. I'm going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Right. I had some bits of colour to pop it on, and what did I do with them? That on there. Oh, I need to put a sentiment on there, don't I?
That's nice.
I need a thinking of you. Take the poppies out, thinking of you. Everything's stuck. Right, so we don't need that anymore, so we'll keep that for next. Oh, look, I just put black fingerprints all over my card. That was clever,
I think you were going from a distressed look.
That's what it is. I need to put more fingerprints on, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I like your thinking.
I mean, that is, as crafters will all know, that is the crafty universe telling you need a butterfly there to go with your butterfly.
I didn't bring any butterflies today.
Oh, well, that's all right. You can add it when you get home.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, how can we follow Stamp Addicts on social media? Because I know we're having a busy show and a lot of viewers would love to maybe post their makes.
Well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
We're on all of those. So.
Thinking of you.
Thinking of you, which is just a nice, easy sentiment you can send to somebody at any point. Now, the tiles are really lightweight because they're only paper. So it's easy to stick them down. You don't need anything super strong. Just a regular glue. So, well, here's one I didn't smudge.
Well, there you go. That looks beautiful.
Clean my fingers now.
It's a really nice thinking of you. So the thinking of you comes with the poppies. You've got the two sizes of the poppies. As a bundle, I think that's a great bundle.
It just covers, you know, every time you think of someone, you can just send them a little card, can't you? And just say, I'm thinking of you. Make them smile.
And the thing is that time where we do think of others, we might not necessarily be able to get together with them. Send them a card. Send them a beautiful card as well. Hope you're enjoying the show. If you do have any questions, please get in touch. studio@thecraftstore.com. So we just had a look at the poppies. Now with the poppies, you're getting the two sizes of the poppies and you're also getting the thinking of you sentiment as well. So you're getting all those beautiful grey rubber stamps. I will show them to you. Those are the two poppies that you're getting. That's two poppies, foam mounted, and then you're getting the thinking of you sentiment in the mix as well, which stamps beautifully. It really does stamp like a dream. All right, we've got to move on. We will just give you the details. 563653, your item number, 1249, your price. We had a look at the Eclipse masking tape. This is really good, and it's something I think you'll have on your craft desk and just reach for time and time again. Masking techniques, and it is all about the techniques. So whether you're looking to create the outside mask or mask off a stamp cutout, $19.99 is your price. Create your own card, your own clouds, your valleys. 888-209, your item number there. And the beauty is you can rip this with your hands. You don't even need to cut it. You can just tear with your hands too. $19.99 is your price. There. We're going to move on to the Inchies, and it's the age-old debate. Which do you prefer, Inchies or Twinchies? here you don't have to worry because you are getting both 2 sets of the Inchies, 2 sets of the Twinchies. You're getting 240 pop-out cardboard squares that absolutely scream to be used. So whether it is the example that Sarah just shared with you, so that is the card that we made in demonstration, what different one, but just showing the same principle there on the little Inchies. Equally, if you wanted to use more of the tiles and take on a larger composition, and that's nice because then it does give the illusion of looking out from a window. So imagine the stamps you already have in your stash and how you'd be using them. They are very smooth and they do take mediums and colours really well. $11.99 your price, $569,495 your item number there. Now, if you prefer to work on slightly bigger tiles, we have got our Twinchies. So having a look at the Twinchies, so affording you a little bit more space. The Twinchies, I would guesstimate, effectively 4 of the Inchies. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's okay. In that moment...
You were looking at the back of my head.
Well, in that moment, I understood teachers staring at a pupil, not paying attention, and the pupil was like, oh, yeah. But look, you have got the Twinchies. It was my mistake, because I know you were doing something there, Sarah.
Just say my name.
Okay. $11.99 is your price, $577,279 your item number. We've got some 7-day savers for you as well. Take a look at this red liner tape. It is a favourite. The first time we ever brought this to you, I remember it, and it's sold out. £12 saving, 12 reels in total. They come in a tub as well, so not going to stick together. They have got dividers in those tubs. It works out 83 pence per reel. 359,310 item number. Now we have got some pink ink paper pads for you too. So, I mean, pink ink, amazing. 2 paper pads saving £17. That is it's a half price saving. I was going to say better than half price by 2 pence. 604041, your item number there. You can never go wrong with a paper pad from Pink Ink. We got the blues and the hues. Good rhymes, nice. Okay, what are we going to do next then, Sarah?
Some shrink.
Shrink.
Yes.
The queen of shrink is here, everybody.
So, white shrink. Oh, glasses so I can see.
There you go.
Okay, let's go with the big poppy this time. So with the shrink, I would always go as close as you can with your magnets.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
Would the houses, I mean, because it's slightly larger, would they?
Yes, they would shrink. I assume that's where you're going.
Yeah.
I haven't done it, but they would.
Okay.
You can shrink almost anything.
I can imagine the cottage or house shrink down would look really cool. Put it on a key ring?
I don't think we have time, but if we do, I could shrink the cottage.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, so as I said, put as many magnets as close as you can because it's plastic, because we're using StazOn, not the black one.
Good spot.
Koala grey.
Our favourite. The cola grey.
Yeah. Although it is a slightly wetter than the original StazOn, it is still quite sticky, so it will lift up the shrink if you don't, which is why you tuck it right in the corner. And
put loads of magnets down, yeah.
Yes. But I do spend quite a bit of time pushing everywhere so that I don't usually have to re-ink.
Nice.
There we go.
That's very pretty.
So re-inking not necessary.
Yeah.
And if you wipe it while it's still wet, you'll get most of the StazOn off. If you let it dry, then you'll have to use a permanent cleaner.
Well, it's been my experience, Sarah, with your stamps that they do stamp wonderfully.
Thank you, yes.
I mean, you can't go wrong with grey rubber, foam mounted, you
yeah.
know, beautifully etched.
So we're gonna, now, this is the big poppy, and what I've done is I've started cutting them out. Now, this one is too big on its own for the cottage. So you can see when I trimmed it, I chopped off the second head. Yeah. But the little ones work quite well. So I've got some, move that out of the way.
Gives a sense of depth.
Those. And then I've started colouring as well. So where I've chopped the head off, I've kept it.
Yeah. Perfect.
And this is where we use the brushables.
So I would imagine, when we shrink, colour just intensifies.
It does, yes, which is why you don't want to go for the really dark colours.
Yeah.
Like the dark blue will be almost black.
Yeah, it'd be too intense.
And that's why I can get away with using the grey ink, because when it shrinks, it looks like it's black, although it's not as harsh. Sometimes black is just too harsh.
I'm pulling from my memory bank, and I do believe it was yourself and Vicky who shared this little nugget of knowledge with me, that shrink plastic, it's not its original state. So what it is plastic that's been stretched, and when you heat it, what's happening is it's actually reverting back to its original state.
That is correct. And obviously different shrinks at different rates.
Yeah.
And different colours are affected differently as well. They have different, slightly different properties, which is why we would recommend creating a shrink plastic ruler.
Yeah.
So you cut off a strip of the shrink, mark it with all the markings of a ruler, and then you shrink it. Then you can see
how much it shrunk.
How much it shrunk. And also, if you measure your stamp and say, right, this stamp is 4 centimetres, my shrink ruler, the 4 is down here. So that will go from that to that. So you can tell. And if you do that for every colour that you have, or if you have other brands, do that as well. So you can see.
Have a little chart and you know the shrink that you're going to be getting.
Yeah.
Focus shrink. Now we have got the shrink plastic on the show. 8 sheets for $10.99. It is a very good shrink plastic. We're just going to put the details on your screen there.
And if you're not sure if your pens, what colour, or if your pens work on the shrink, you can see I've cut these out. All the bits that I've cut out, instead of throwing them in the bin, scribble on them with what you want to colour with.
Okay.
And then shrink it, see if it works.
Now, we just wanted to ask, and that's good advice there, Sarah. With our shrink, so we're getting the standard, the clear, and the white. That's what we're choosing from in the mix pack. But you can either choose from options as well. So these are the individual options. What's the difference, say, if we want to go for the standard, the clear, or the white?
Standard.
Yeah, what did I say?
Standard.
Did I say? I said standard. I said standard.
You said standard just now, and then you said standard.
Oh, okay, maybe. Tell me about the sanded.
Okay, the sanded is clear shrink that has been machine sanded on one side.
Okay.
So it gives it a texture and like a key for your colouring to stick to. So you would stamp on the smooth side and colour on the sanded side. Also, when it shrinks, it's kind of semi-translucent because you've got this sanded texture. Whereas if you have the clear, it's completely translucent. And the white is obviously completely opaque.
Interesting.
So they have different uses depending on what look you want to go for. For this one, we really want the poppies to stand out, which is why they're on white.
If anyone's maybe thinking about using it in the oven, because I know you can do shrinking, are we able to do that in the oven?
Yes. Yeah, I think it only takes about 5 minutes. The instructions are in the packet.
Perfect.
With the temperature and everything.
Love that.
I remember as a kid, we used to do that. We used to make things and then sit in front of the oven.
Watch it.
And watch them shrink. Making jewellery. Okay, so we're nearly there. So you don't really need to worry too much about shading because it's going to shrink. That you're not going to see a great deal of detail. Just a little bit of shading is all that's necessary.
Okay.
Right, so the next important thing for me is my anti-static bag. Because these are quite small and fiddly, it would be quite easy for them to curl over and stick to themselves. That is the only problem you get with fiddly bits, or if you have a long, thin design, or with butterflies, we always cut off the antenna because they tend to curl up and get stuck.
Fair enough.
Right, okay, let's just do these one at a time. Keep going. Handy pair of scissors in case it runs away. So I use the Ranger heat tool because it doesn't blow as much as some of the others. So it's less likely to run away.
Yeah, fair enough. So it does curl up, but don't worry because it will flatten out.
It should flatten out.
Yeah, it will.
There's no guarantee.
I've got faith in you.
But it is just a piece of plastic.
And do you ever lay anything on top to keep it flat? You know, once
Afterwards?
It's done? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, if you want them really flat, I would position like an ink pad or an acrylic block, just gently.
Like it's doing a little twirl for you and then just opens up.
So quite often you can see there's like a dimple in the flower. So I just flip it over.
Perfect.
And then you see it goes flat. And when it stops moving, that means it's finished.
Lovely.
So then we can move on to the next one.
Next one.
So this is just the head.
Yeah. Watching embossing powder turn, there's something so satisfying about watching shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now do be careful with your fingers. Obviously it gets very hot. Sarah, your fingers are, it seems, impervious to heat.
And I kind of got used to, I don't put them directly under the heat gun. I do tend to move it away before because...
Now, with the shrink, does it matter what side we stamp and colour on? I know you said with the sanded.
Only with the sanded.
Okay.
The other shrinks are the same each side.
Yeah, okay.
So with the white, it doesn't matter what side. I mean, if you only have clear shrink and you want to colour on it with, say, the Polychromos pencils, you can sand one side of it.
You just give it a little bit of a...
Yeah, you want to sand it in kind of at least 4 different directions.
Okay.
So that you don't end up with stripes.
Good tip.
So I'm just wiping off the anti-static so you can see.
Brightening it up. Oh yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah. See the colour coming through.
Perfect.
Okay. So now we
These
need
look lovely.
a cottage to put with these.
If you're going to use these for jewellery, and in working with you previously, you're saying make the hole before you shrink.
Yes.
Because once you shrunk them, they're going to be very hard to make the hole.
Well, they're very brittle now.
Yeah.
So yes, if you were to try and make a hole, you would probably snap it. So that would not be ideal.
No.
Okay, so put those aside and the cottage.
Ah, nice.
In the middle.
We've got 3 minutes, Sarah. Time's flying.
Gosh. Now I am using walnut stain.
Okay.
So it's a nice dark brown.
Nice.
And I would recommend using a platform if you have one, because there is so much detail.
Yeah.
You might need to stamp it a couple of times.
That's fair enough. And there is a huge amount of detail in these.
Yeah, there's all the little the windows. You can see all the detail. Leading, that's what it's called. All the leaded windows.
Well, I mean, first time you look like you've hit that all.
Maybe just a touch more.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt to do another one.
No. But I think that was a very good first attempt.
Yeah, just a little bit darker.
Beautiful.
Because I'm going to water brush it. So, got my water brush, and then we're just, because it is a very dark brown, just touching, moving, and then wiping off the brush so that I'm not carrying the ink across.
It's pretty. I mean, every part of this cottage is so appealing. You've got a wonderful stone wall surround, beautiful thatched roof.
Idyllic country life.
Yeah, birds
probably
flying
cows
overhead.
the other side of the back garden fence.
Nice bush, nice fields around. I mean, you're living there, you're winning at life. Apart from when you have to pay every 20 years for the thatched roof.
There is that, yeah. So if you get too much water on, just a little dab off. Okay, a bit of bushes. So obviously you can do this in different colours. So this is walnut stain. The blueprint sketch is a good one,
Got a minute.
which is a dark blue, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Or even the vintage photo works quite well. But I've done them in the burgundy.
Nice.
Lots of different. Now, if you've got, where's the dottiness set?
We've only got a few seconds left.
Oh no! So with the dottiness, one of the stamps is just dots. And if you feel the sky is a bit naked, we can just add some texture.
Oh, nice. Sarah, time's beating us, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. Show the finished one. Show the finished one.
Which camera?
There you go. Just overhead's fine. We got it. So you're then putting your shrink poppies on there with the stamp. Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it as